And we're live, ladies, gents, boys, girls, children of all ages. Welcome to an episode of Kayfabe Corner, live on not only the Pierce Wrestling channel, but for the first time on the Real Pro Wrestling channel. Because I just found out 5 minutes ago that I could do it on both at the same time. Hey, technology. I'm your host, JPO, Jordan Pierce Owens, joined today by, well, you see it on his shoulder, the current Riot Pro Young Lions champion. You saw him with the Real Pro Florida Classic Cup trophy, the one, the only, Remi. Remi, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. That literally is the first question, though. How are you? How you feeling, physically, spiritually? How's Remy doing? I want to know how Remy is.
Spiritually, 100%, mentally, 100%, physically, I had a couple shows that's a little sore, but I'd say it's more hurt, not injured. So I'm good.
That's
Just to
good.
say,
That's
good
good.
all across the board.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about your journey into pro wrestling. So let's just, of course, start there. Even before you become a pro wrestler, though, where does pro wrestling first come into your life in general?
Like most people, I got caught up in the spectacle and grandeur as I was a kid, and I was hooked from the time I was 6 years old, something like that. Yeah, I like my earliest memory of wrestling. Like I was living in England at the time, and like because like my family was in the military, so like I think we got like special access to certain channels that like England, like people from England don't get like while we were over there. So I was able to see the Royal Rumble from like 1991, I think it was. And yeah, so I was just so hooked from then. That was my earliest memory of wrestling, was the 91 Rumble, pretty sure.
The one of the ones Hogan won.
Yeah. Yes, I think Hogan won that one because Flair was 92, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Flair was 92. Yes, I think it was Hogan's second one.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So who's one of the first people you latched onto? Like who's an early favorite of yours?
I mean, I'd want to say the Ultimate Warrior was the first person that I like gravitated to. He was just, obviously he was, a huge guy amongst a bunch of other huge guys, but he stood out with the bright colors and the tassels and the face paint. And he ran to the ring where everybody else walked, and shaking the ropes and the intensity and everything like that. So I'll say he's the first person that like really really jumped out to me.
And anyone later on in life that you were just a huge fan of?
Oh well, yeah. So like as I grew in like my wrestling fandom, I started to appreciate different things, and me being being one of the small competitors out there, I started to, appreciate what some of the undersized guys could do. And, that kind of just like, led me into like watching wrestling a little bit differently, appreciating different things. And so that eventually, led me to Rob Van Dam, who is my favorite wrestler of all time. So
So
exactly.
when I gotta do it, you gotta. When does the decision come finally in your life to start pursuing wrestling? How old are you? Where do you start off at?
Like most people do this in the age of 18 to 22, something like that, either right after high school or right after college. Some people who like kind of came up in the business, they started when they were like earlier in their teenage years. But I didn't start training until I was 31 years old. I didn't have my first match until I was
Oh.
32. So yeah, I'm going the DDP route on this.
No, I think that's cool
So
to
yeah,
hear. I think that's
32 is when I had my first match.
that's cool to hear. I think it's actually inspiring too in a different way. Showing it's never too late, and you don't
Yeah,
show it,
exactly.
and you don't
What's
show it in
that?
the ring. You don't show it in the ring or in your appearance. 'Cause I think I
Oh well,
called you
hey, well,
a
good,
youngster,
good, good.
and
I
and I think you're older than me, and I called you a youngster the last time I saw you.
think I can still hang with the young bucks too out there. So, and not young bucks the tag team. I mean, young bucks, other people that are in my wrestling companies that I work with. So that's what I mean.
I'm always interested in the origin of a name. So why Remy? Where does Remy come from?
Honestly, it was my Xbox gamer tag. That's it.
Okay.
That's it's not an interesting story. It's not like cool or whatever. It was my Xbox gamer tag. That's as far as I thought was like, online me. So I was just like, you know what? Let's see. Let's start here and see what I can transition into. So, that's
Now,
where I went with that.
why was it your online gamer tag though? Where does it come from there?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously I loved Marvel. I loved all the comics growing up, and Gambit was always my favorite X-Men. So there you go.
As soon as you said Marvel, I went Gambit. Okay,
Yeah.
Remi
Yep.
LeBeau. Okay.
Yeah. He's always been my favorite X-Men.
Are you upset that the movie keeps getting delayed and we still haven't gotten a movie?
I mean, they have other things on the slate to keep us interested. So like, I'm okay just as long as they do it right. Because that garbage we got in the Wolverine movie in like '09 or whatever it was, good Lord, just dreadful, absolutely dreadful. I do not want to live through that again.
Well, you weren't a Taylor Kitsch fan. I mean, they did
No.
Deadpool right.
Well, yeah, at the end when they opened his mouth, but yeah, but that previous bit, no, it was terrible. And I'm not here to like bag on Taylor Kitsch or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be like the next big like heartthrob in acting, but he did that, and he did what was that, John Carter or whatever it was. I've never heard of him since then. So yeah, didn't work out too well for that guy.
I mean, it definitely I don't think was the plan. I think, like you said, I think people were banking on this kid. He's become like a decent like character actor and like as a co-star now in a lot of things.
Hey, well, you know what? Props to you because I haven't heard a thing, and maybe I'm not as clued into movies and cinema as I need to be, but I haven't heard a thing about him since then.
We are going to talk later about more movies and TV because we fought a little bit here. You've had some hot takes, Remi.
Oh yeah, it's about to get spicy.
Okay. Taylor Kitsch just did the new Chris Pratt Amazon show, The Terminal List. He's one of the regulars in that.
Okay, and you know what? Let's go ahead and start the spice here. Everyone loves Chris Pratt, so
yeah.
So okay, Parks and Rec is hilarious, and obviously I enjoy him as Star-Lord. I can't really sit through anything else that he's in. Just the Jurassic Parks ain't good. What was that movie with oh god, what's that girl's name? The one who played Mystique. Yeah.
Oh,
what's
Jennifer
that?
Lawrence.
Passengers?
Yeah.
Didn't care for it. Just no.
I mean,
get Chris Pratt off my screen unless he's talking to a raccoon.
So far, you're not wrong because I'm not a big fan of the Jurassic Worlds. None of them have been past mid for me.
They're not good.
Passengers. I was gonna say, as a voice actor, Onward was very good.
He's Mario, right?
He's good.
Isn't that happening?
I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mario, I'll give a chance, but like, what else has he done like voice acting wise? Maybe I just missed it, but
I was just saying. Onward and of course the Lego movies. He's the main dude in Lego.
I haven't seen any of the Lego movies, and I forgot about Onward. Onward was dope. I respect that movie. Onward was.
I was gonna say Tomorrow War was all right.
I don't know.
And here's a little movie no one's seen except for me. He's in a movie where he's actually the bad guy, and he like curses and is like trying to kill a kid. It's a Western movie called The Kid. He's good in that.
Oh, okay. And you know what? I like and have seen a good number of Westerns, so the fact that I don't even know what that is, that means I'm slacking. So, all right, I'll check that one out.
It's called The Kid. It's with Ethan Hawke, and it's directed by Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin.
Oh, okay. All right. That
sounds good. Billy the Kid is the kid in The Kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And I like I said, I think to me, one of the more different Pratts I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll definitely check that out. That one sounds good.
All right. Magnificent Seven. He's good in that.
Oh, he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't remember his character name. Yeah, like I don't remember his character name, but like he wasn't the main guy, but yeah, he was definitely okay.
I'd say he's second. Joshua Faraday.
Yeah.
I'd say he's right next to Denzel in that.
Yeah.
All right. What were we talking about?
Chris Pratt.
No, I know, but like before that.
um.
No, Remy. Okay, Remy, Gambit, Taylor Kitsch. Okay, we're back on track. Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Um, of course, I gotta ask you this because I did clarify with you one time because I was like, oh, he has a last name. Where did the last name start and end with Danilo?
I was working a show one time way back when they said give me a last name, and that was literally the first thing that popped into my head.
Where does that come from?
I I feel like it's a soccer player somewhere in Europe. But yeah, I mean, I was asked to just come up with a name. That's all I could think of on the spot, and I don't love it, so I just dropped it, and it's just Remy.
Oh, Danilo Luis de Silva
Yeah,
is a
and not
Brazilian
interesting
professional
story.
footballer. So you say
Yeah, I think yeah, like that's probably the one that inspired it. It was just the first thing that came to my head that could go with Remy. But yeah, I don't love it. So
you just like Remy. You're gonna stick with just Remy for the most part.
oh yeah, that's me.
Have you ever, even just a one-off, ever been anything else, like under a mask or anything else, or has it always been Remy?
Nope.
What do you remember your first match ever?
I mean, like most people, it was a battle royal or something like that. Nothing too memorable. I remember, being in there, and I had the pleasure of being able to eliminate somebody a little more senior than me in wrestling terms. So, that was kind of cool, and it was also like fairly unexpected. I expected to just get unceremoniously dumped like right in the beginning of the match, but I hung in there for a little bit, stood toe to toe with a couple of guys, threw a few punches, evaded elimination one or twice, and then the other time. When the guy was running me towards the ropes to throw me out, I pulled the Santino switcheroo on him and threw him out. But so yeah, I mean, that was my match. It was a battle royal. Not great, but I learned more than I thought that I was going to learn, and it also kind of taught me that hey, I belong here.
Excuse me. Do you have anyone that you like to kind of credit real quick about like kind of helping you in the early days? Like who really kind of guided you along the way?
So outside of wrestling, my fiance was a huge support because I like when I met her, I hadn't been doing this yet, so she encouraged me and backed me to try it out, give it everything. So credit goes to her first of all for being super supportive and everything like that. But as far as insider wrestling,
she's listening, isn't she?
I mean, she's in the house, but I don't think she can hear me.
Okay.
And as far as wrestling, just my coaches, and I've played team sports forever, so I knew going in that if I can just be coachable and take direction, I'm not saying I'm gonna go to the moon or anything like that, but I knew if I could be coachable and take direction, I will progress, right? And I just appreciate my coaches, Alex Porto, Loki for a time, Ace Steele for a time, Sarah Stock for a time. I just appreciate all of them just like opening their knowledge to me, and I was just able to be receptive of all the knowledge that they were willing to share. So I'll say those people as far as like coaches and mentors. And as far as other like wrestlers that I've come up with, I met Kwame on my very first day of training. It was also his first day of training, and obviously we did the wrestling bit of anything yet because it was our first day, but like the physical aspect, he and I kind of blew everybody else out of the water. So just to kind of like have that affirmation that hey, we don't like know anything yet, but we're a little bit farther along than some people who are already here. So that was kind of reassuring. So definitely Kwame, because he's the person that I started with, and I'm trying to think of who I would like view as a rival. Um, I faced Christian Mills a bunch of times. He's really good. He kind of pushes me to be better. But the one person I'll say, and like I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to work him yet, is Eli Knight from Culture. That guy is absolutely amazing. And every time I see a new clip of him, a new match, really, you got to show Christian choking me out right now.
Okay,
But
we'll fast
every
forward.
time I
There
see
you go. Now you're back.
every time I see Eli, he's always doing something unbelievably innovative. Just wowing the crowd and showing that he's well beyond his years in wrestling. So, yeah, I kind of look up to him, even though we've been wrestling about the same amount of time. So,
Yeah, that would be a great match. Absolutely. If someone had someone asked you to explain who Remy is, who is Remy?
Uh, it's not like a overly complicated explanation. It's just me. I am a former collegiate soccer player. I was a wrestling fan my whole life, and I'm somebody who, in his 30s, decided that he wanted to give this a try and see how far he can make it before his body tells him that it can't go anymore. So yeah, that's it. I'm basically the guy who just wanted to live out his dream, even though he was deemed a little too old to start chasing it.
What are some of your favorite matches you've had? Who have you really clicked with?
Um, let's see. I had a couple good matches with Benji Neptune. Thought those were okay. Um,
I mean, you did cheat because I was managing him in one of those, and you definitely cheated.
I did. That
Yeah.
don't sound like me. that
Mm.
that that doesn't sound like me at all. I had an absolute banger with Sage Scott. Uh, I had a pretty good match with Jake St. Patrick. I've had a couple good matches with Sam C. Mm, yeah, that's about it so far. See there. Look at Benji. Look at Benji just taking all the heat, taking it. Don't stop it now. Keep playing the clip. Wait for it and boo! Hold that, Benji.
Two. Oh, you never know. You don't know how it ends because I stopped before the three. So now on the other side of the coin here, who's on kind of and we'll start, more locally, like kind of in Florida. Who's kind of on that bucket list? Who have you not had the chance to be in the ring with, where you're like, oh, could be something special?
As I mentioned before, Eli Knight, and like it's funny. So as long as I have known Kwame and we've both like been in this business together, like we've tagged with each other, and I think we've had like a 6-man or something like some like big convoluted match against each other where we didn't touch. But I would love to get a singles match with him. Eli Knight, like I said, I've been in a four-way with Zach, but I think a one-on-one there would be kind of interesting. Um, Merrick Donovan, I haven't worked him yet. I think that would be awesome. I haven't gotten to work Blake Banks. Who else is out there? I think Andy Mack is kind of dope. Yeah, probably those guys for right now.
It's a good list. I think I'll make sure a couple of those happen for sure for you.
Hey,
All right.
hey, that's my guy.
Even though you cheated in the mini match. So
No, I
far,
didn't.
how you been injury wise? Anything big? Anything minor? How have you stayed healthy?
So like I've stayed healthy for the most part and I haven't missed like extended time from wrestling, but in late 2020, I had a pretty bad crash and burn on a dive. So, most guys like dive through the rope. Some guys like to do a flip over, but I tend to go over the top, straight through like the Undertaker, and I've done it tons and tons of times. But this one time, my foot clipped the rope, and instead of going out, I went straight down. I hit the stairs. Oh, it was terrible. But I
Mm,
have like a fairly big scar
yeah.
on my chest that I'm going to carry with me forever. But
But
thankfully,
do you
go
know
ahead.
what match this was in?
I was at a company that I no longer wrestle for, and I don't want to
Oh, okay.
highlight them. But
Okay, no
it
problem.
was against Alex Todd. So if you do a little clackety clack, you might be able to find it. But I'm not going to publicize that company. So it happened there. Um, but yeah, so that happened. Gashed my chest open. I almost broke my wrist. But I, gutted it out, finished the match, picked up the dub, went to the back, then I went to the hospital. So
Oh,
whatever.
at least you got the dub.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it's all about the dub. Of course it is.
Uh, hey, do you remember you and Alex Todd were a tag team for a hot second?
When who?
You and Alex Todd, you were a tag team for a second.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it? That was the early
Yeah,
days of Real Pro.
yeah. That might have been your debut.
You know what? Yeah, I think it was. It was I think it was December 2020. So this scar was
Right.
fresh. Yeah, I remember that now. Actually.
It was you nailed the day too. Oh yeah, no. Let's talk about the hair. Where'd the hair go?
Uh, Oh yeah, it was short then. Yeah, so like I had this weird thing, right? So like my hair was long, and then inexplicably I decided to just cut it off for seemingly no reason, right? Like I cut it off and I kept it short for like 3 months in early 2021, something like that. And like I missed it, almost immediately. So that's why I just started growing it back out now. So I think my hair is finally back to where it was before I cut it, originally. So yeah, I'm happy it's back and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
What are some of your favorite promotions and locker rooms to be a part of?
Definitely Real Pro. Definitely Riot Pro. I started up with Urban Pro last month. Their brand new promotion. Guys are just making their well, like when I say guys, like the management committee behind it. They're just making their way. So, they have like a lot of great ideas, a lot of good things that they want to do going forward. So, I plan to stick around to see how that plays out. But it's a really good group of guys there. But Real Pro and Riot Pro, it's absolute professionals all throughout the locker room. So it's always a good experience when I go there. Whenever I've been to Division's a good place to be. I was at Local Pro the other day. Great locker room there. No beef, no issues, nothing like that. So everywhere I go now is usually a good place to be, a good place to work, just wants to, get the best out of each other and elevate themselves, elevate the brand, and all of those toxic promotions. I just try to steer clear of those. Hey, there's Jake. Oh, Jake about to get this drop kick. You feel me? Was it here? Yeah, here it is. Boom! Hold that, Jake. But yeah, so all of those toxic locker rooms, I've just made it a point to distance from them because that's one thing like I never subscribed to once I got into wrestling. I never got into the politics or the backstage beef or anything like that. I don't care about what rumor this person has with this person. This person don't like this person. This person doesn't want to work with this person. I'm not into any of that. So, I just distance myself from that, and the companies that are rife with that, I just don't even go there.
Very good, very good. Something I wanted to talk to you about too. I've had a lot of fun seeing whatever you come up with anytime we did a Comic-Con show. So,
Hey.
do you enjoy doing the cosplay? Where do you come up with the ideas? And I'm sad because we don't have any. It might not happen for a while, but it was fun. It was always fun seeing what you would come up with.
Well, first of all, I absolutely love dressing up. That is one of my favorite things to do. My fiance and I, we absolutely love Halloween. It's our favorite holiday of the year. We've done so many good group costumes throughout the year or throughout the years, and you know, I always wanted to figure out like, is this possible to, bring it to wrestling, right? And like, as like I've been a fan my whole life essentially, but like as it got closer to the point where where I would like start training, I would, like my wrestling world kind of expanded. So I would see stuff beyond WWE's bubble, right? And I would start seeing in indie shows like that, and I realized that there were a few people on the scene kind of doing it, right? So I was just like, oh, okay, so this is something that exists, so let me just, hey, look at Nightcrawler right there. So I was like, hey, this is something that exists, let me see what I can add to this, and let me just try and have some fun with it. So yeah, I've done Jax. That was like my worst attempt at it, I guess, let's say, because I had to come up with that one on short notice. I thought the Nightcrawler was pretty cool. There was supposed to be a show, I think, that it didn't end up happening at the last minute for some reason. But like I had a cosplay ready for that I haven't told anybody about. So I think I'm gonna hold on to that one just in for the next time
Oh, you're not gonna
the
tell us
con
here.
show comes up.
You're not gonna give us
Nah.
the scoop. Ah.
Nah, no. Well, okay, all right. I'll give you a hint. It is someone from the X-Men universe.
Is it Taylor
That's all you
Kitsch's
get.
Taylor Kitsch's Gambit?
Oh God, no.
Not just Gambit, Taylor Kitsch's Gambit.
Exactly. The one with the funny duddy accent and everything.
Oh man, I know. I always look forward to those. I wish we knew what that one was. All right. Hopefully we'll find out one
Yeah,
day.
for sure.
What's the longest drive you've had to make so far to get to a show?
Um, Edinburgh. Yeah, I think I've had a bunch like around that, but I think that's about like 30 minutes longer than like other loops that I've had. So probably the real pro drive, because like there's like no easy way to get to Fort Myers. So weird. I gotta just like drive on local roads through the middle of the state.
We talked earlier about some of your dream matches, like kind of in Florida. No handcuffs now. What's a dream match of all time for Remy? It was like, what's a few names where if I break the forbidden door and you could have a match with right now?
Oh my God, Ace Austin, right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And that's not out of the realm of possibilities either. Like that's
and,
actually doable to a degree.
and see, that's the thing, man. Like at least in my brain, that's the thing about wrestling. Obviously, you can like wish for something, want something to happen, but if you just keep working hard, you never know who's watching what match, right? And whether that's like somebody shows up at a random show in person, or somebody comes across your stuff on YouTube or social media, whatever, right? You never know who's watching, and something like this wouldn't happen tomorrow, but who's to say that like a year or two from now that something like that can line up, right? So it's just one of those things. You just gotta stay ready, stay on top, and just be ready for anything that could potentially happen. But yeah, I mean, I have been on a show where he's also on a show, and I have literally had fans come up to me and tell me, your match was good, but we want to see you against Ace Austin. And I'm like, hey man, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. That's high praise. And I appreciate you telling me, but tell the management. That's who you gotta talk to. So yeah. But yeah, as for right now, that's the guy.
Anyone else, or are you just done with ASOS?
Well, I mean, obviously, I could say like, Ricochet or Leo Rush. I don't even know if he's wrestling at the moment because he seems to dip in and out all the time. I mean, obviously those guys are dope. But yeah, and maybe like seeing it live has something to do with it. But just like being present when he was out there putting on an absolute clinic, it just kind of, like shattered that image for me. It's just like, wow, he is insanely good.
That'd be good. That'd be good. All right, now comes the question I was most looking forward to of the night. I don't think I said that right, but
What's that?
I'm getting to it, Remy. I'm getting to
Oh
it.
no, like you froze for a second, so I couldn't hear you.
I know. Hey, you froze. Seen any good movies lately?
Oh, have I seen any good movies? Okay, so when we say good, are we talking about I just enjoyed my time watching it, or it's like this is a masterpiece? What
Well, both. Both. I mean, if
are we
it, like I
talking
said,
here?
just kind of recently. So if it's been a masterpiece, tell it. But it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Just what's hit your radar? We're like, oh, that was good.
Okay. Well, I saw Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought it was cool. It's all right. It's not the best Marvel movie, but it's not the worst. It was okay. Uh, saw Buzz Lightyear. It was fine, and without spoilers, there is a huge missed opportunity in that movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet,
You
but
know what? I went to take my niece, and that thing didn't even last like a month in theaters. It's gone already.
it's gone.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was gone. It was
what?
gone last week. Yeah, at least where
Oh,
I live, and
geez.
we were near an AMC that's pretty big. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, I didn't know it was gone already. Okay.
some
Well,
places might still have it, but yeah, our big AMC did not.
good grief. Well, whenever you get around to seeing it, just know that there's a missed opportunity. Whenever you see it, be like, yeah, Remy was right. There was a missed opportunity there.
We'll have to
But
talk. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus
uh,
soon.
uh, but as far as like the last movie that I've seen that's an absolute masterpiece in my opinion, The Batman. It's
Okay,
so good.
it's in my
It is
top five of the
so
year.
good. Oh God.
Now here's a controversial question. Seen any bad movies lately?
Lately? I mean, oh, I saw Firestarter like 2 months ago. That movie is garbage.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that Zac Efron was trying to do a few people a solid, and he was the only one that gave a damn in the movie. It's like that's the way it came across. I'm not like joking on the child actor or anything like that. They're obviously younger in their careers. They're still coming up, right? But everyone else that Efron helped out by lending his star power to the movie seemingly just threw it back in his face by putting in a bad shift as far as acting goes. That movie was dreadful from start to finish by everybody but him.
I will agree. Yeah, I don't blame Efron. I would also say though, I think it's a badly written movie too. Like
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean, like
bad all the way around.
some of the other actors I thought were fine. They just have nothing to play with, and like Kurtwood Smith is kind of wasted in like a role you think is gonna matter and it doesn't. Yeah. What else? What's another couple movies that did not hit the mark?
um, I'm trying to think of something that I've seen recently. So maybe if we
Even
go back
even
like
not not super
beyond
recent.
recently,
Just yeah.
uh, Eternals wasn't very good.
Mm. Would
I
you say
mean,
worst MCU, or what is worst MCU to you?
to me, oh man, that so Eternals is definitely in like bottom tier, like the bottom, but I don't know if it's the absolute worst because the Incredible Hulk movie exists. Uh, Eternals is bad. Thor 2 is bad, and I think Iron Man 2 is crap, and I think Cap 1 is crap. Like all of that is like the bottom five.
I'm glad you said Cap One because that's usually kind of my semi hot take. Is Cap One does not do much for me. I wouldn't
It,
say crap, but it's not a rewatchable one for me. It's not one I go back to.
hey, yo, Jordan, I'm right there with you,
Yeah,
man. Because and see, like for me, like of all the Avengers, Cap is my favorite, and now and see, like this is like a weird take that I have, and this I guess this is like my brain being able to compartmentalize like objectively good versus just something that works for me. So, in my opinion, like the top three just MCU movies is No Way Home, Endgame, and Infinity War, right? Those are the top three for me. But my favorite is The Winter Soldier, right? I could sit down and watch that movie every day
yeah.
for the rest of my life.
No,
It's that good.
as much as Cap One's very low, two and
Yeah,
three are super high.
they're
I love Civil War, and I
amazing.
definitely love Winter Soldier. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, so
that's why like, if
yes,
you ever do like the whole like Battle of the Trilogies, it's hard because they all have missteps in my opinion.
all
But it might
exactly
be it
every
probably
single
is
one of them.
it's probably Cap because of how good two and three are.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. God, you hit it right on the head. Every single one of them has a
Yeah.
misstep, but yeah, I mean, but like I don't let my love for the character, cloud my judgment and just go along and say, "Oh, Cap One was brilliant." Like,
No, no, I'm the same. Yeah, Iron Man two and three are lesser from the first one. As much as I love RDG in that role,
yeah.
yeah. What pick a number one worst though? What do you think is the worst? For me, I think it is Eternals. I'll watch Thor: Dark World and have at least more laughs and get through it quicker. And same thing with Incredible Hulk. I feel like I could get through those a lot quicker than I could another watch of Eternals.
And you know what? Looking at it in that aspect, I totally get where you're coming from, right? And so like for me, I don't know if I can pick just one exactly, but the bottom three is Dark World, Hulk, and Eternal, particular order, but just
But
those are the bottom three.
here's the thing though. I'm not letting you go. What's number one?
Oh
You can
man.
change your mind later, but right now, sitting in this chair at 2:52 or 5:52 your time, what is the number one? What's the least one you like the least? What do you think is the most misstep? Is it Dark World? Is it Hulk, which I think you're underrating, or is it Eternals?
Well, and see, the only thing I really enjoyed from Hulk was we got like that first glimpse of the super soldier serum, right? We saw Blonsky get shot up, and then we saw him like in the field against the Hulk, right? You saw him running through all the other regular soldiers, and it's just like, oh, okay. So when we finally get kept, like it's gonna look something like this, right? So that piqued my interest because I was waiting for for any kind of Cap Easter egg or movie or trailer drop, whatever it was at that time, right? So that piqued my interest, but the rest of the movie didn't do anything for me. I didn't like the way Abomination looked. I didn't like the way the Hulk looked. I didn't like their fight. The only like kind of cool thing was when like he broke like Abomination's like bone spur coming out of his arm. That was kind of cool. But other than that, Hulk didn't really do anything for me. But if I'm being objective, Eternals is probably the worst. Yeah.
There you had it, folks.
Yeah, it's not good.
All
It's
right.
funny too because like I tried to give it a chance and like I argued with with some of my non wrestling friends about it, and it's just and like there was a point where I realized that yeah, I'm wrong here. I can't defend this. Like it's not good.
It's if you said okay, like even in rubber, thumbs up, thumbs down. I would probably give almost every movie a thumbs up, even maybe Dark World, because I still think there's elements in it, and I can get through it. Eternals is the only one where I might have to go down and go, yeah, I don't know. Like I might lean towards an up, but like because again, I don't think MCU's made a dreadful movie yet. They haven't made their Catwoman or Fan Four stick.
Oh
You know
no,
what I
they're
mean?
not that bad.
So
Mm-mm.
like there's still even Eternals. Like as much as I said it's my least, it's still way more watchable and has more going for it than You know what I mean? Like a lower, a real bottom tier, Blade 3, if you will, or whatever. So,
Oh well, yeah. So yeah, I 100% agree. Anything in the MCU has not been that bad
yeah.
because the Fan Four Stick was just an absolute train wreck from start to finish. Ugh.
Oh, we have a
Like
comment here. Thor 2 is very underrated.
what?
That's where Hercules shows up. Then we'll say.
I was gonna say, what does it have to do with it? But whatever. So
And,
like,
that was in Thor 4.
yeah.
Or Thor
So
5.
like Thor two. The only thing there's two scenes I enjoyed from that movie. One where just a little background information. Me and all my friends. So like we've been friends since what 2006, something like that, and we all like a specific Avenger, right? So I like Cap, one likes Thor, one likes Iron Man, and any chance we get to argue or poke fun at somebody's hero because in the movie they did something stupid or they lost a fight, whatever, we just it's relentless, right? Relentless banter. So the scene in Thor 2 where Curse has Thor in full guard, so Thor is just on the ground looking up like this, and Curse is just raining down punches. It's like 10 beautiful uncut seconds of Thor just getting pummeled. Chef's kiss, right? And then in the middle of the crap that is Thor 2, Cat shows up when Loki transforms. I utterly loved it. I bantered my homie for months on that. I lived for months rent free in that man's head.
Sound like a horrible friend. No.
Hey.
I like the end. I like the end, the fighting sequence at the end between him and whatever.
Malek, God, where they were falling through the dimensions. Nah, missed me with
Come
that. Didn't
on.
move me.
Kind of
Didn't
cool.
move me.
Pass. We can start to go a little bit back towards the wrestling now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, 5 years. You know what? Hopefully somewhere where wrestling is able to pay my bills, because that's what I enjoy doing. I have a good job now, so and like it enables me to make dates. So a lot of people don't really have that luxury. So that's cool and thankful for that. But yeah, I hope that 5 years from now I'm in a position to where wrestling can pay my bills.
Do a little bit of role playing here, Remy. It's after a show. You're on your way to your car, and someone stops you. It's a young kid, and he goes, Mr. Remy, I really enjoyed your match. I want to be a wrestler too one day." What do you say to someone that's an aspiring wrestler, maybe about to begin their journey?
Okay. Well, so is this what, an 8-year-old kid? Going
I
with
don't
your
know. I
specific
never, I
example, or
never, I just like doing the voice. Let's say he's older. Let's say he's 18. I mean, and he's seriously thinking about beginning his journey.
okay. Well, this actually kind of worked because I had this conversation fairly recently. So I just started. I got a little bit of background information on him, and he told me that he's been playing football for a couple years. He already works out and everything like that. I was like, all right, cool. You're on your way with the whole athleticism and being fit deal. But the one thing I told him specifically, and I looped it back into the fact that he currently plays team sports, right? So I told him that the biggest piece of advice that I can give you at this point, obviously the further you get into it, the more things you'll learn and the better advice you'll get. But the biggest piece of advice I could give you at this moment is be coachable. Don't go in there thinking you know everything just because you've seen people do it on TV. Like, if you're in there to learn, you're in there to learn. You gotta go in there, drop the ego, take a knee, sit down, and learn from somebody who's more senior than you so they can show you the way to get to where you're trying to go.
and of course, we're reaching the end here now. This is kind of just the plug all event here. Is there anywhere, any merch, anywhere someone can support you, Remy?
Oh man, that's crazy. People keep on telling me to like get merch that I could sell, and I like I've just never been moved to do that. Maybe a point will come to where I do that, but nah, I don't have like a merch page. I don't have no section on tees or anything like that. But yeah, but I mean, if people like want want me to go that route, they want me to like get items, maybe t-shirts, maybe armbands or something, or scarves, towels, whatever. Reach out to me, let me know if that's something that the people have interest in. Then yeah, I can go that route.
Any places? If someone wants to book you, where can they reach you?
Usually just hit me up on my Instagram page. This is underscore Remi with a 3R3MI. I respond to all the messages that come through there. It's actually me. It's not somebody running my account for me. So yeah, just hit me up on there. Hit me up on Facebook. That's about it.
I was about to show off the Instagram here.
Yeah, go ahead and throw that up. Throw that up on the page so the people can see. Maybe I'll get a couple new followers. Yeah, that's me. Look at that handsome fellow right there.
Any place? Let me see. What was the next question? Any plugs, man? Any place people can catch you at here in the near future?
I am gonna be at Real Pro on July 29th, so that's this upcoming Friday. I'm facing Johnny Rudo. There you go on the screen, Johnny Rudo for the Coastal Championship. That's gonna be an absolute banger. You definitely don't want to miss that. Um, After that, uh, I have Urban Pro. I think it is August 24th. Don't hold me to that date. It's definitely like I'm pretty sure it's the third weekend in August, but the actual date slips me. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but when I get more information on that, I'll definitely publicize it so you'll know where to catch me. And then I have a show in September coming up for Riot Pro Wrestling, and when more details come out about that, I'll be sure to publicize that as well. But yeah, right now, those are the three places you can definitely find me: Real Pro, Riot Pro, Urban Pro.
Any parting words? Any jewels of wisdom you'd like to drop on us before we head off here?
Mm, I wouldn't really say I have any jewels of wisdom to give people. um, other than just promoting these upcoming matches. I'm not an overly talkative guy. I just like to get my business done in the ring. So, I don't really have any jewels of wisdom to leave you on. Sorry, man.
I'd love to ask that. Put people on the spot. It's always fun. Well, any normal parting words though here, Remy?
So as far as normal parting words, I just want to, thank all the people out there for tuning in. It was great to finally sit down one-on-one and talk with you, Jordan. I know we've been trying to set this up for a little bit,
Yeah, I believe
conflicting schedules.
I asked you it off, and you're like, "Hold on, I gotta get my hair done" or something like that. What was the excuse you gave me?
Okay. See, man, I can't be coming on camera looking all, man. See, I feel part of the reason that places even want me to come in is because I keep up a certain image. So I can't be coming in looking janky to these things. So
I'm trying to get this man to do a sit down interview, and it's not that he's, and I gotta look good. You're a gorgeous man. Just you could have came however you wanted. You would have looked fine.
nah, man, my hair was looking rough that day, bro.
Uh, well, you know what? At the end, we got you like this, so maybe it worked out for the reason here. I see you came very ready.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it. Subscribe to his Instagram. Follow him on all those companies, Ride Pro, Urban, Real Pro. Uh, Follow him, man. I look forward to seeing more things from Remi here in the future. Like, subscribe on this one. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. You know what to do. And don't forget, Remi, Thor 2 is very underrated. Thank you. Good night.
I don't know about all that. All right, take care.
It is.